Welcome back, everybody, to the GeoGuessr World Championship 2025. It's time for the EMEA Majors, and to find out who will be progressing to our grand finals in Copenhagen later this year. Coming to you live from Glitched in Jönköping, Sweden. My name is Parla, I am your desk host, and I'm joined on the desk by Geography Challenges, and of course, Ziggy on the end.
We had two majors, APAC and Americas. Now it's finally time for the biggest major of them all, which is EMEA.
We've also got our world rankings up on the screen now. Of course, these are subject to change, though, aren't they? The game modes that are played. Move, where players can move freely with no restrictions. No move, where only panning and zooming is available. And of course, then, NMPZ, no moving, panning, or zooming. So there's bragging rights, there's cash, and those very important World League points also. With that being said, let's turn our attention back to the specifics of the competition and see the bracket that we are currently working with here, the EMEA Majors.
We're ready here on the stage with the players sat behind us, the crowd getting filled in behind us as well. And as you're saying, I mean, as we know, Gelotris, some pretty big games coming their way today.
Big games, and as our lovely cast has already said, big names. We are starting off with Blinky, the current world champion.
I still think Blinky, given especially that 90% win rate that you mentioned, Ziggy, I think he's the favourite in this best of 5 format. Kratsooo's a great player, but he just needs to lock in. If he guesses well, he has a chance.
Make some noise for your reigning world champion Blinky, and Kratsooo coming to try and see if he can take this one away from him. It is game number 1. A lot of info available. Kratsooo opting to stay in place for a bit, look for info. Blinky is the first to move around already. Here you have, some area code information. Blinky, quick on the move.
That billboard, I would assume, so he's a very specific guess, but we also had like some shipping containers, so maybe we're close to water. And he is right on it. We are in Mannheim here.
And
that's
the info.
The first chunk of points. That's a lot of points for round 1. This borderless sign and this flat signpost is a good indicator for this next country.
Exciting stuff. We'll see if they pick up on that. You'd have to imagine that they do. Of course, they can maneuver around, and Kratsooo takes no time. What a quick login coming in on the northern side of Spain.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if you get to information here quick, but along the north of Spain, it is still pretty hard to make a good guess. It is still possible to be way further east or even further west, and it was indeed, and Kratsooo did a right play by putting it down the pressure there.
Big damage. Big damage coming in on Blinky round 3 here.
As we hop on over to the next country, short reflectors is a good indicator. Checking the pole plates here, we are in Japan, and the pole plates are very, very helpful in this country.
Up towards the gutter, we'll see if that's where he's going to end up going. Good road info here for Kratsooo.
Good signs. These are very good signs.
Is he going to commit to it? 3 seconds left to work with. They're both in the same vicinity. Blinky a bit further towards the south, and he's going to be on point with it. So even though Kratsooo gets good info, he simply didn't have enough time. Now Blinky sets him up with around 2,000 health advantage coming into round 8.
If you have a double white road line, as we do have here, that should be a good indicator for Malaysia.
They are sat in the exact same intersection, so even though they could have gone either way, they find themselves right next to each other. So information is very similar. At least no one's locked in yet in the fact that they've got them. I mean, they're literally just copying each other with their movement around the map. Now Blinky locks in. He might have found something. Yeah. He has indeed 5 kilometers out. Incredible guess. That's going to send Kratsooo down to just over 500.
We move on over to round 9.
Not too happy with where they ended up being in now. Once again stuck in this maze, but Kratsooo, there's a 4-2.
That will help him a lot, actually. But Blinky also found it. He's thinking about it. Oh no, the time pressure
goes
gets
all the way
to him.
The end, and Kratsooo,
he misremembered that area code. And with a country this big, that will be game.
Kratsooo able to strike back against the reigning world champion. Takes game number 1. Now we're going into no move.
Round 2 it is.
Not a whole lot to use. There's a converter, a neat converter. Nothing in the dark brown antennas or anything that you can go by?
I don't really think so, no. These are...
Well, Blinky is hovering around Quebec, now shifting over to the US, going into Vermont, but Kratsooo is still hard out on the west coast here. This could be huge, and it's gonna be Blinky closer. Maneuvered his way from Ottawa down.
Already game!
Round 2 game! What a strike back! Into game number 3. It's round 8, but there's a round limit of 10 rounds in this game.
We have the same signs, but Kratsooo didn't really look at the lower sign, which actually contained good info. We had an area code starting with 09. which is very far south in Italy. Blinky, I think he's just assuming that Kratsooo also found the same information, which is why he is a bit more hesitant with his guess.
You would have to imagine that he stays. He does. He's further
He
towards
does.
the east, though. We'll see who's going to be closer. It's Blinky. Finds it, locks it in. 600 meters out. 1,600 damage now coming through. So even though they're both within a vicinity, with the multipliers, things are getting very, very scary. Coming into round 9 now.
I don't think we get any information
So this
nearby.
this is not super unique road. Everyone knows where we are scenario.
I wouldn't say so, no.
Central Montana, quick pick for Kratsooo, trying to change the pace here. It's been a lot of rounds in a row now where the timer runs all the way to 0, but Blinky only now given 5 seconds left to work with. He's gonna go towards Montana as well, ends up sending it towards the central side of Wyoming,
he
and
couldn't
he's
get
gonna
that
be closer
adjustment
with
down.
it, and that should be enough.
But
Indeed
that is
will
game.
be Blinky 2-1. We're going back to no move.
They will only see this. This thing here is helpful. It's in a couple regions of this country.
Kratsooo is gonna go towards the border between Argentina and Chile. Trying to see if you can line up something. You have the valley, you have the mountain in the distance there as well. Blinky will log in with a second to go, and he will be closer in this one as well by quite the margin, actually. A bit of a slip up there from Kratsooo as it takes 2,000 damage in round 1.
We have a electricity pole here. This is what the road quality looks like.
Kratsooo looking to go central, southern Russia. I mean, Blinky's initial hover is way further towards the west. Russia, a big country. I mean, this could be kind of dangerous if he goes over all the way over towards Moscow in that area, which is kind of where he's hovering right now. It could be dangerous, but what am I talking about? It's going to be Blinky on point.
I mean,
and
with
that
this precision.
is game.
It doesn't matter if it's 2.5 damage. It is Russia. It is his precision, and that will secure him the win.
Mada's a very strong player. I would say he's got sort of a land buff, which a few of the players do have. I don't have as much of one myself, so I'm a little bit scared about that.
Finbarr is a great player. He's very scary no move. But I think I have the qualities to beat him, honestly. Like, I already beat him in the World League. I think I can definitely do well against him.
Mada taken on Finbarr.
A
Wait
location
minute.
like that.
Is this the first local location we've had so far as well?
Is it?
I think it is. Jönköping, we're getting our first Sweden round in all of the EMEA major. Can we make some noise for a Sweden round? Finally! Finally! Could just be Holmen. That ain't a whole lot to go by. Plenty of those in Sweden.
Very specific guess from
Yeah.
Finbarr there. I don't know if he found
But he's also
something,
shaking
but
his hand.
there's a wide spread between their guesses, and he's right on it.
Ooh. Incredible Northern Sweden
And
gets
that will
by
clear
Finbarr, and he
the
wins
game.
it. First Sweden round of the EMEA major. Let's head into no move and see if Mada can strike back here. Good hit for Mada here as well. 1,000 damage chipped off Finbarr's health bar to even things out a bit more. Having to do the full reverse sweep. That's a tall order. We're taking 3 games in a row. All for a player like Finbarr. So for Mada, would really want to turn this no move game around.
Seems like Kazakhstan is a country where you need to learn how to read the season.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I see how it's an issue now as well. No snow, not making things easy, especially not when you get a location like that. They were on top of one another, and it was as hard east as can be. Still playing from behind by 1,200 points. So we'll see if he has it in him here to turn it around. Round 8 is where we're at. Talk to me,
Big
Gelotris.
country, flat landscape, which means that we could be in a lot of places of South Africa. Looks pretty lush green, which happens more along the coast sides of the country.
Finbarr starting to line up roads here. Does he have something? He might just.
He could. I mean, it is a pretty flat valley where he is scanning right now. And given the vegetation, I do like that.
There's some
I don't know.
distance in
I mean,
between.
Mada is also in a valley.
They have good locations, both. It's gonna be right in between, or at least somewhat. Finbarr is gonna be the one closer. Oh, and this one's gonna sting. Round number 10. Whoever finishes ahead in this round will be the victor of game 2. Can that be? He has to go fast in this one. Cannot allow for Finbarr to get a good read on it.
I mean, it is Indonesia. You always have to consider everything you see. I mean, we have somewhat of a
There you
red
go.
dirt along the road.
The log in.
And then satellite dish. Both very commonly found in Sumatra, especially if it's like pointing straight up.
Finbarr, similar
But
region.
even within Sumatra. There are a lot of places that are possible.
It would take a 5K or something
and
close
it is very far north, and Finbarr will secure the win here.
Yes, it does. Finbarr able to claim it. Mada had to go fast, but Finbarr sets himself up within striking distance. Will Mada strike back? We'll find out now as we get into game number 3. What do we have to work with here, Gelotris?
Will the information be useful? I mean, we have a couple
A lot of
signs.
info. A lot of info from Mada right off the bat. Also, you get so much info that all of a sudden your vibe gets weirded out. You know, like it feels like this, but now I read something that I don't immediately associate with my vibe, and then you go, oh, I don't know which direction to go with this one.
Definitely. It's also very hard to build up a vibe when all your focus is to find signs.
Exactly. Timer is going to run all the way out, and it's going to be Mada closer. You know what? That is an incredible strike back from getting 5K, taking 2,000 health from round 1. He does the exact same, or at least the same amount of damage here in round number 2. He's not out of the race yet, Mada.
We are in India.
Mada is hovering Bangladesh, so maybe all the way eastern India.
Text all over the place, which is probably also one of the reasons why they are very confident with this pocket.
Yeah, Mada locks in a bit further towards the south than where Finbarr is currently sat. Of course, it's early days in this game, so multipliers aren't that impactful yet. But again, if Finbarr keeps moving towards the north, which he won't, but it's going to be Mada closer. 2 great rounds in a row here for Mada. Another 2,000 damage off. To go into round number 8, we're getting closer to that dreaded round 10 once again.
I mean, it starts very, very sandy in Hungary. Yeah. And then it gets very green around Salta, and the further south you go, the drier it gets again.
Timer's gonna run all the way down to 0. They're not exactly right next to each other, and it's gonna be Mada closer once more by quite the margin. This could be enough, and it will be. Mada finally able to strike back, setting himself up for a potential reverse sweep. As we now go into game number 4. To get into round number 3.
See, that's why Mada was hoping for Russia rounds. He did the reverse.
The reverse mentality. Yes. I love it. Well, this is dangerous. We have one on the east coast, one on the west. This could be big points. Oh, Mada's not seeming too heavy with this.
Oh, no. I didn't think Western Australia with a guess like that.
Finbarr gets it locked down.
Finbarr will secure the win, and it's 3-1 fashion.
3-1 fashion. Finbarr out victorious. Mada looked so strong in his comeback.
He's known as possibly the most consistent player in the world. There's no location or opponent where you don't back him to somehow come out with a good guess or a good performance.
Lennli is a very, very strong player. He does a lot of research rather than play a lot. I feel like you get more of an advantage on certain rounds. And if these rounds come up, I think he has a very good chance.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're back in.
We're in. Round 3.
Are we live?
We are live.
I think we're live. We're guessing everybody back in.
Back in Argentina here, and we have a very quick guess. So Lennli keeping it up this time, actually sending again very, very quickly. As we see Consus scrambling for any information given, but doesn't seem like there's any signs available.
Yeah, it could be quite a big difference here.
Oh!
Wow.
Wow.
What round are we on? Yeah, that's game.
Round 3, that is game for Lennli. That is a very big start. It's going to be spicy because we are going to no move. Let's jump into round 3. Let's start the 3rd round here. We're going to be in Kazakhstan, it looks like.
Potential for, a big difference in a location like this between our players.
Yeah, although the country of Kazakhstan is very, very well studied, so I would expect somebody to at least get the right town here. Again, Lennli, very, very quick lock there in Samay, there in eastern Kazakhstan. That is very far away from the potential coverage. It could be, we have a Mongolia hover by Consus there for a second, but he realized pretty quickly.
Oof. Consus ends up a bit closer. Actually, it's going to be quite a bit of damage, yeah.
You're saying a bit closer. That is 2,000 damage right there on the board.
Indeed.
Does it look like we're close to Sweden?
Could just be a generic Nordic forest.
We see Consus actually going for the Denmark guess.
All right. Yeah, we've got a bit of a difference growing here. And it's a great guess by Consus.
That is a very difficult round to get. Round number 9 is up for grabs. I think we're back in the US of A.
He has some confidence.
Yeah, he's between the East Coast and South because some of the pines look like they could be the southern pines you find in the southern US, but some coastal areas on the East Coast like Virginia. Meanwhile, Consus kind of in the middle of those two.
Oh, and Consus close. That could be enough.
I think that's going to be game.
It is.
Lennli thought about going all the way down there, but he couldn't. We're back to moving. That started, I think.
All of a sudden, we're in round 5. of game 3.
Paula, do you recognize this? Is this your house?
No, this is not. This doesn't look like London, mate. No,
Oh.
definitely not.
Well, it's not London, but it's definitely UK.
Yeah, indeed. The grey sky says it all, you know. Flipped my mind for a moment, Z, so I don't have any more details, but I can tell you it's amazing. And the camel trail, too. Yeah, we've got camels in the UK. We're going crazy out there.
Do you like Lennli's guess in Cornwall, though? He had a quick
It could
lock
be,
after
yeah.
he saw that.
This
sign.
could be the West Country. It could be indeed. If Consus stayed.
Consus very
there's
far
a big
now.
difference.
He's right on it.
Lennli on the money, getting paid off.
And wow, he
In the
almost
West
takes the
Country.
game. We do stay in the European continent, though. Seems like we're in an Italian town here.
Took that first one, and it looks like he could take the second. Of course, we've still got
Quick lock yet again by
rounds to
Lennli.
play.
He really feels confident today.
Yeah, I like that. We were speaking on the desk, and also when we've been watching backstage, we would like to see some pace changes here and there. Oh,
And a
Consus goes for a
water
water hedge. Across the coast, and it's Lennli!
Takes game number 3. That's going to be a 2-1 with 2 match points for my German boy to go.
Let's get into our second no move, everything on the line, separating the two. What are we looking at here, Ziggy?
Possibly another Argentina. Pretty similar regions. Definitely Argentina, one of the hardest places to get when it comes to the western part, because it's all mountainous and you're trying to use vegetation to, you know, clear up the round. But
I mean, that looks like quite a difference now.
Oh, that's now.
I'm unsure when that opened up, but that's a large
big
difference.
difference now.
2.5x. Could be big points here.
Oh.
Could get even bigger.
He's thinking about switching even more south, but
Oh,
wow,
Consus.
right on it. That's going to be a good amount of damage there, taking half of Lennli's health there. It seems like we're staying on the same continent, but what a view.
All right, the question is, where will our players go?
They're both in a very similar place. They're southeastern Peru here near Arequipa.
Yeah, and I trust them. I think we're going to see some good guesses coming in.
It's even further south, so that's another great guess for Consus. Almost taking the win there.
Oh, yeah. We're back in round 7. He's at quite the deficit at the moment, almost 4k points.
And he is going for a very risky guess. He has seen West Bengal. That's very far away from everything else.
Oh,
wow,
yeah, this
Consus.
huge difference.
Complete opposite side of the country. He's northwest. There's like 1,500 kilometers between those two guesses, I feel like.
This could be GG in either direction.
This could be it.
Oh, and Lennli,
And
what a
Lennli.
guess!
Is that enough to take the game? It is!
Oh, he's done it!
He has done it. He takes down the Dutch destroyer.
Lennli was the underdog going into this, but has put on a star performance to come out on top of...
I feel like Pan is more of a wild card. I don't really know what to expect from him. In a no move and an NPC, he's really scary, but I don't know how good his moving is gonna be.
I feel like he will probably play very well on the no move and the NMPZ. I feel like it's more of a 50-50, so hopefully I can win those and see how it goes.
Debre, the favorite, against Pan, the underdog. Round number 7. Let's look around. Seems like there's a sign right there. Let's see if the players can spot it and if they can use it. Does look quite helpful, and we see Debre taking a step there right off the bat. But so does Pan, so both have the same information available, the town names, but we have a sign to Ruta 5 and also a road number starting with a C. The road numbering in Chile goes from A in the north to at least X in the south, kind of alphabetically down. Yeah, but no quick guess by Debre. He's giving Pan more time to find those signs as well. So far, it didn't seem like Pan had the exact same signage, so he will have to guesses based just off vibes, but he's not too far away.
Low 4x. Oh, it's a great guess by Debre with a 4x. Yeah, we're going to see big damage there.
Is that it with the ball teeth?
Wasn't
It's
quite
not.
enough, but yeah, Pan now on death's door.
And this will be his penultimate chance to win this matchup. I think it will be good here because there's not a lot of stuff here. I think it looks a lot like Oklahoma with the red soil.
Pan's coming back to the US and locks it in fast. Barely zoomed onto the map. Debre with 10 seconds.
Very standard guess. Pan, very risky guess, but I kind of like it at this point.
Oh,
And it pays off.
It does pay off.
Wait.
That's huge. Big multi, 3.2k points of damage.
We will see a winner after this round, and what a location. Now the question is, will we go for his quick guess? Because I think the more time he gives Debre here, the more time Debre has to lock down
He's
this region.
locked it again.
He locked
Pan
it.
throwing
I like
caution
it.
to the wind. Putting Debre once again on the back foot. Can Debre react accordingly? We are about to find out. There's a big difference between the two. It's anyone's game. And Debre gets it.
deserved victory dub by Debre, was playing very well the entire game, but then, out of nowhere, Pan with a very quick guess.
We can get going with our first no move whenever you're ready, Ziggy. Should I press the button?
Press the button, Carl.
Let's do it. And now we move into our pre-penultimate round. Round 9. Yeah, penultimate, exactly. Yeah. I like it.
Looking like that, but we have a big difference in guesses here. And he locks it in.
Yeah, we do. It's a massive difference. 5 seconds for Pan to react on a 4.5x multi. This could be game here. Oh, Pan's closer.
He's closer, and that's a lot of points. Actually, it's going to be the whole game here. Pan taking no move. In what a fashion. Time for game 3.
Let's do it, everybody. Second move.
Let's see if you can fare with this round, because it looks quite tough to navigate. Yeah, definitely not the start he wanted, but I think he didn't expect to win the moving games at all. It seems like there is a city name for Debre, but it's not quite readable.
Pan actually locking in, Ziggy.
Yeah, maybe he was able to read it. I think they had a very similar sign, or maybe even the same one. But Debre trying to find the information there.
Oh, it's a distance right now. It's a big distance.
Oh, he's swapped even more south. That's gonna be big damage for Pan, actually.
Pan moves fast, guesses fast, and takes the lead back.
Also doesn't look like an easy round. Let's get right into it. That one sadly not very helpful. It only said the town name, but not like the regency. And it says Beraubarat. I think that's in East Kalimantan, and that's exactly where he zooms in. Quick guess. That could be massive damage, because I don't think Pan has enough time to reach that information.
We definitely could on a 3x. Oh. Yeah. Huge now.
Huge
for
difference.
Debre. Huge difference. And Debre, you know, that's showing. When moving works, it works well. Our second, no move.
Big swings, and that's a big boat, so...
The what?
That's a big boat.
It's a big boat. Carried by a small human.
Yeah.
Pan really trying to glean as much information as possible, scanning everything.
And it doesn't seem like both will end up in the same country, because we do have a Lithuania-Latvia guess by Debre, and Pan is currently looking at Poland, Denmark.
There's a discrepancy here. You're absolutely right, Ziggy. A large one, and on 4x, we could see big points. Could we even see game? Could we see match? We're going to find out. Ooh!
Oh! Are we in Russia? No, we're actually on the border. And that's going to be the game and the match for Debre.
It is! Debre, you've done it! Game, set, and match. What a performance!
You know, we can talk about his skills all day, but I think maybe more relevant is, I think he seems in a very good headspace. He also has quite a good head-to-head record against Finbarr. Maybe that's a factor. And he's really developed his all-round game. He knows loads of random metas, that Russia speciality, maybe being something that just takes him a level above a lot of other people.
The current reigning world champion going up against Finbarr with it all to do.
Round number 4, rolling in. What a start.
A rolling start.
Thing about Blinky, if he makes a mistake once, he will only make it once. And he zooms onto the area code, instantly zooms in.
Does Blinky have the place name? He's studying very closely west of Kansas City.
Meanwhile, Finbarr is in a very different place, but it seems like Blinky cannot fight in right town.
Oof. Blinky closer though, once again. That's going to be solid damage.
That is big damage. That's more than half of his remaining health, dropping down to 1.5. What a beautiful view just starting as Gelotris is probably jumping up and down in the desk right now.
Oh God, I can hear him screaming it. Can someone get Gelotris, please? Like, the god himself, Gelotris, shout out. One time.
I mean, okay.
We'll see him back on the desk shortly. He's done it again. Blinky, if that's on the money.
He zoomed in right away. I didn't think I saw the name Ermenek. Is that the town?
Blinky, if that's on the money, you're one step closer to the big money you mentioned in the interview, to that grand final.
I mean, oh my.
Blinky, you are not human.
Yeah. I mean, this is the Blinky I know. I mean, there was not even a sliver of chance for Finbarr to really put any stop to that.
Should we keep it rolling?
Let's keep it rolling. Game number 2. Oh, look what we have here. This looks like some Amish people there in the car right in front of us. Who needs a motor?
I'll trust you with the pronunciation, so you're the man for that. Blinky is moving at a pace we have not seen across this tournament so far.
And I'm quite confident that he is correct with that guess. It fits perfectly with the Ridge West. Meanwhile, Finbarr doesn't seem too sure. He might go Mexico. We could see the game here in round 2.
If that is the case, it would be a scene to behold! Blinky has done it again! And that is going to be a knockout blow in round 2
Finbarr
of game
is
2.
not catching a break here.
Finbarr needs that reverse sweep.
Round number 3. This time with a nice little Chile indent pole on the right side of
Blinky taking the game by the scruff of the neck and shaking it for everything it's worth. Already zooming in deep on multiple locations as Finbarr tries to study a wooden sign.
And I mean, he's doing it very, very fine. We have a lock by Blinky. If that is correct, because he didn't find a sign, he only saw the lake really, and made his guess based off that. If that is correct.
And Finbarr's quite a bit away. 2x multi. Who will come out on top here? We are about to find out. The gap is bigger, and Blinky stands once again on the flag. That is a 5K.
14 meters away in 14 seconds, pretty much. Wow. Are some Australian bollards, but let's start the round. Let's not let them wait for too long. And Blinky is finding a sign, and if Blinky has a sign like this, I will be pretty confident that he should 5K this. He's swimming in so quickly yet again. There he is. Is that a 5K yet again? If it is, we might see the game here and now with yet another 5K by the Blinkster.
If you've called it, this will be a spectacle to behold. With 5 seconds left, a huge difference grows between Finbarr and Blinky. Blinky, have you done it? Yes, you have!
Oh my God, 3 flawless games back to back to back, and he himself said he's not the favorite. This looks like somebody who could be the favorite.
I mean, facing Debre is really, really tough because, like, Debre, I practice with him a lot. He's my main sparring partner, and honestly, he beats me like 75% of the time. But the thing is, I am playing my best.
I mean, I'm feeling happy. I don't feel too pressured. We practiced against each other. You know, I think I could very easily lose, and I honestly wouldn't mind.
So we can find out who is going to go up against Blinky in the EMEA Major Grand Finals. We're getting into game number 1. Debre still flawless coming into round 5.
Another country we have already seen. We are back in Argentina. Looks like Debre found some information on this building.
Surprised that maybe he didn't opt to go now. He's hovering it, but still not committing to the lock-in just yet. It's actually going to be Lennli the first one to log in, and he's further towards the south.
Yeah, he does tend to wait for himself. Debre is scanning around there. I think he's looking for these road numbers he has on his screen. 8, 36, and 158. Doesn't manage to find them. And it wasn't enough time to find it, and that will be good points for Lennli. Right here, striking with 2,000. And I think both can read Bengali.
Convenient.
And there it is.
Addresses here, phone area codes, anything that's of interest to you. We can see Lennli a little perplexed by what he's reading here.
It is. Okay, Debre found it. I think Lennli is maybe trying to find it, comparing letters. Not the biggest district. He found it in the end.
There you go. Both
5 seconds left, but he already got it.
Incredible play. Love the sound. Tied round. Goes to show the level of play that we have here. As we're now going to round 9.
Those bollards, which are pretty helpful to recognize the country. Again, very red sandy soil.
There's some decent signs here too, but not really with the info that he was looking for.
No, not really. But he seemed to have found something.
At least he logged in.
Mount Magnet. Was it on any time? Maybe I missed it while he was on it. I'm on Lennli's screen right now.
Dagger Hills.
He's getting closer and closer. I mean, he's in the right state.
But it's far down towards the south, and it's a 5 times multiply, and it's gonna be Debre on point. And that should be game number 1 gone the way of Debre. Now go over to no move as we go now in to round 4.
We move on over to this location. It should be India.
In India, obviously, when playing moving, you can get to a lot of good information. What do you go based on? Obviously, that mountain there looks very unique. I mean, Debre already locking in. Is that all you have to work with here?
Yeah, I don't think you can use terrain that well in India. It's a very diverse country with a lot of mountains. Ooh. But if your name is Debre, you will be able to. I cannot tell you what he saw there.
As Lennli now find himself in a tricky position coming into round 5. 1,300 health to work with.
And these just rolling hills and not big mountains can be found just in a few places in Italy, because generally Italy is a very mountainous country.
To see what do we have towards the southeast, or northeast I should say, sorry, with where we are currently. Debre likes his guess here. He's got a couple of points to kind of dispatch should he be an issue, a bit of a buffer space, so he's going to put pressure onto Lennli to make him commit to, I guess, this one.
Ooh,
very, very big leg on his side. But it's going to be
actually right on it.
What an adjustment!
74 meter sky plunk. That's a good precision. Very well. Yes, for both of them.
Going to round number 6. Lennli's still behind, but with the multipliers ramping up. Is this the western part of India?
It is.
Yeah, good
I do
job,
agree.
Toby.
Did you make it based on the car?
No, I made it based on the text.
Okay, good.
I mean, luck now is where Lennli won yesterday. We'll see.
He did.
We'll see if that's where this round is going to take us, because Lennli is still
That's
very
a
far
pretty
west
big
of that. Pretty big, you say, massive, I say. And it's fortunately for both, I suppose, going to be somewhat in between, but it's still going to be enough for Debre to bring it home. Lennli, let's see if he has it in him to turn this one around as we go back to moving. Round number 8 is where we're headed. Lennli still alive.
Oh, it actually is a pretty big airport.
So maybe that's something to go by. Ooh, Talent Airport maybe for Debre. They found a good street. I think they both found it now as well. Log in quickly by Lennli. This should be enough time for Debre to get something good. You'd have to imagine.
Definitely. I don't know how many airports in this size you will find in Estonia.
I mean, he's found a airport in Tallinn. We'll see if that's the one.
I would assume that's the one.
And it is. Great guess on the side of Debre, 5K with it as well. Good info, swift reaction. This could be the final round of the semifinals. Lennli, you need to do at least 3,000 damage.
But no, as I already assume, Lennli is already on the lineup, looking for something. He's trying it. He has to.
You have to.
I do like his guess. However, Debre got to a very good sign.
3K damage is what you need, or it's gonna be game over. Let's see if he gets Debre caught off. He is a bit down towards the south. There is a chance this could be it, and he is gonna be closer. Is it gonna be enough?
That was the mistake. Oh no.
Lennli stays alive. 2-1 score. Let's see if he can end it here, or if Debre makes the seemingly impossible possible.
It's also saying Mexico on the shop front there. Is there a San Juan in Mexico, or does it just mean anything else?
The question is, how many San Juans are there in Mexico?
We have a San Juan there for Lennli.
Yeah.
Is it the right one? The grid? Someone looks good. The lineup looks good.
Intersection, and he has it!
And he's right on it.
From barely surviving to getting the crowd going his way here to go into the next round. Rare small island guesses on the southern side of Singapore. Is that where we're headed? At least that's where Lennli is looking initially.
Yeah, I can see that because one of the reasons is red soil. It's a pretty red soil which is commonly found on these islands. But it was Kalimantan.
Wow! 5K from Lennli straight into a 5K from Debre. That is insane. And Lennli is like, what?
I have the same reaction as Lennli. That was a very, very impressive guess. And once again, we are back in Indonesia. Or you just ignore the metal roofs and still go Java. I am not so sure.
A lot of thoughts going through your head right now.
I am with Debre here, but
sure
we will find out.
It's going through theirs as well. Lennli first one to log in, Debre to follow, and it's gonna be on him to get it right. Is it going to be game though with it? Yes, it will be! Debre able to take it home 3-1. Lennli made it look scary when he came back in that final one in the previous one, but those last 2 Indo rounds.
I think it's quite even skill-wise. Possibly Lennli has a bit more momentum and a bit more to play for, but I think skill-wise pretty even.
They take to the globe to find out who's going to get that bronze medal here at the EMEA Majors.
This is the round where these players are starting on. Finland is one of those countries where you find them. We have some pretty good signs. There's a little bit of a glitch going on it.
Direction, they found good road info as well. So yeah, I was going to say Lennli seemed pretty confident in the area he was in, so he's going to log in as fast as can be.
I would say Lennli had a better sign. I don't know where he found that, because it felt like they both didn't move that far.
No. Nonetheless, one click down the road could be the big difference maker here as Finbarr doesn't get it right in the Lennli will though. So 5K to kick things off here. Great start for Lennli. Coming up with round 5.
We have those arrows, which will indicate that we are once again on Hokkaido.
3 or 4 bays to pick and choose between on the western side there. Then you could go southeast as well, but we'll see what they opt to do. Maybe he's found the city. I think Finbarr might be onto something here.
Yeah, I mean, they both are somewhat around there. Now it's a matter of lining it up correctly.
I think he has it.
It looks pretty good, you know?
He does indeed. Lennli first to log in. Finbarr does the micro readjustment, and that's the third 5K of this first game between these two players.
We are in round 6 now. Should be Argentina once again.
But Argentina can mean big damage if you don't get good intel early on. He has the same signs now, but only 5 seconds left to work with. Lennli hasn't logged in. He's going to let the timer run out, going into Santa Fe. Finbarr joining him, and it is going to be further down towards the south, but they're sat here close to one another. But even though I say that, no, 300 kilometers apart, that's 2,000 damage done to Lennli.
And this is the next round.
Bengal Tigers?
Yeah?
Yeah? What do you call them?
Call them, what are they even called? Bee? Like, we name them after bees.
While you think about that for
because
a
bees
second,
also have these colors, but
and they're both gonna go out. Yeah, exactly.
It had like this islandy vibe. I don't know how to explain it. This architecture did look very atypical for mainland, but a 3-meter gap.
Can't even be mad. Lennli is the first one to get the island. Finbarr, though, able to line up the 5K. Now we are into round number 10.
If he knows where we are, but it is Russia. And if there's one thing that will guarantee you that someone is feeling confident, then it's the zoom level of Finbarr.
Lennli zoomed in, found a good location. It's the same area that Finbarr was in initially, so unluckily for Lennli, even if he comes out victorious, I'm afraid that he might not be able to do enough damage. We'll see where he ends up going. They're practically sat right next to each other. We can't see it on the board, but there you have it. Finbarr will be victorious and take game number 1. For game number 2, it is in no move into round number 5. I'm thinking we're alongside, like, you know, Belgium or Netherlands, where the buildings look
like it has some red brick, maybe.
and
Partially, it could also be France, something I did consider.
Incredibly flat as well. I like Lennli's Belgium guess here. We'll see what Finbarr opts to do. 5 seconds on the clock for him. He's playing for Bayern. He's gonna look UK in this round. Okay, downtown London is where he's going. But a big blunder on that one as Lennli sets him up in front.
He stays alive.
Finbarr still in the race. I wonder where we are. Ontario North Road. Let's see, timer is going to run all the way down to 0. You'd have to imagine 5 seconds left to work with Finbarr. Just 59 health left in this game number 2. Readjustment comes through and Lennli brings it home. It's a 1-1 score for this third place decider. Game number 3. We're back to moving.
We have to appreciate a little bit the map makers really have some beautiful locations.
Cowboy downtown.
Offering us. Oh, that was a very quick guess.
Yeah, southern Utah, towards the border of Arizona. I like the idea with the red rock and everything. And also just amazing to see how the water has been so high at one point. You can see it in the rocks there in the distance with the dark and the white as well. Once upon a time, everything was a lake, and they find exactly where they are. 5Ks galore. As Lennli take a grand total of 3 damage. Oof, that one's gonna sting.
We are in a country where we have some Cyrillic script, but in this case, it is Kazakhstan.
Finbarr's going all the way down towards the coast. Lennli is the same, but he's on the northern side of the water here. We'll see who's going to be closer. It's going to be a difficult one. It's going to be Lennli closer by quite the margin, and it's not going to be enough to get him the win, but it sets him within striking distance.
Oh, we have some car meta. But we are in Turkey. We have Sinop, which is a pretty big city in the north. Now he gets one, but it doesn't contain good information.
Oh, Lennli's like, come on, man.
Getting a good guess in. And if Lennli doesn't get to the right information here...
Yep. This is dangerous. He's up by almost 4,000 points, but he needs to get a guess down. Luckily for him, he's in the nearby distance. It's not going to be on point, but it's going to be enough to keep him in the race. You'd imagine, yes, just exactly. Then an even 10th round here.
We are in a very rural location, I must say. I wouldn't assume any very good information nearby, but it looks like we have a town name. It should be pretty small. We are in South Africa.
Lennli locks in. Did he see something?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if he did, but he commits towards the southern coast. You see Finbarr is down and around there as well. Not sure if he had the... He does! He has the city!
Oh, he doesn't, and it's once again between them.
Right in between, but enough for Lennli to stay alive. And that's going to be a 2-1. Lennli takes the lead. Lennli is one no-move game away from qualifying to the World Championship.
And this is all the players are going to see.
Lennli is going down towards the western coast. Finbarr yet to open this map at all. Obviously, well aware, you would imagine, that we are in India. Now Lennli going, you know what, this is as best, I guess, as I'm going to get anyway. Might as well log in, see if I can make something happen here. Maybe pressure Finbarr to make some mistakes.
Yeah, a lot of palm trees.
Ooh, big divide.
That is already a very big spread.
West Coast, East Coast, and Lennli gets a strong start, as strong as can be.
We have this electricity counter. For those who are watching and listening, you know that this is a good indicator for Mexico. With those thatched roofs, pretty dry landscape, a lot of palm trees. Finbarr is hovering about along that building with more red bricks, which should be more towards the north. Lennli isn't sure, plunking left and right.
Big divide, this will be game, and Lennli takes it. Will's it gonna be enough? It should very well be, and just like that, Lennli will be our third place player.
The glasses.
The man with the glasses. He's been looking like this throughout the World League, and now he has punched his way through to the World Championship.
Debre is pretty scary. He's, you know, ready to go where no one has ever been before. Yeah, in moving, it's very dangerous.
Obviously, I would hope to win, but you know, I think Blinky also deserves to have a regional win. You know, I would not take that away from him, so you know, I think we're just gonna see what happens.
Let's make some noise for the EMEA Major Grand Final between Blinky and Debre. Let's get this one going right here, right now. Best of 5. We're playing moving. Here we go. What happens here? Round number 2 is where we're at. These two players, of course, I mean, Blinky, he's won it all. He's won the world. Wait, is this in Chernobyl? Is this Pripyat on the sign?
It does say it, and I mean, it has to be then.
We're right next to Chernobyl. Okay, interesting location. Are we gonna get a 10K in the grand finals? Is that actually what we're given?
A lot of grids, actually, a lot of roads.
No 10Ks for us, but they're both going to be close enough. A tie at 5K -1.
Round number 3, it is South Africa.
Yep. 15 seconds on the clock. You'd be surprised if anyone's going to log in here now. Is that a border that we found?
Interesting. I've read Uppington, but apparently I was wrong. He saw something on the sign. He just looked at it for a split second. Apparently that's enough for Blinky.
Could just be both of them locked in on the border, but each their position. It's going to be Debre's position. There you have it. Great guess of Blinky. 5K.
Round number 4, we have a Philippines-specific poll.
No clear indicators, at least on the side of Debre yet, but Blinky with a lot of text to decipher. Is he going to go for the quick guess? I think he might just when he zooms in this decisively. Yes, there's oftentimes a login immediately to follow.
Debre does feel some pressure. You could tell from his face expression, but is he just making it based on the landscape?
He's all over.
He was considering it.
He's floating all over the place. That's his third island in 3 clicks.
Almost got that without any info, but Blinky right on it.
Gets it again. 4,000 damage round 4. Let's see if it is redemption time for Blinky, though.
Yeah, it is a fairly small, especially with those informations right there. You have town names and the N59. He only needs to chop off 300 health from Debre.
Now he's going down the same path, I believe, but he hasn't gotten to that sign yet. This one doesn't give it to him.
Oh, he's getting to good signs,
This one
though.
does. There you go.
Will he have enough time? It's 10 seconds for Debre to scan for it and to stay alive. He needs to get very, very close to survive this one.
Yep, definitely does. 1
Being
second
left
left
with 300
remaining.
health.
A lot of readjustment. It's going to be Blinky closer once again, and he will take game number 1. We're into no move. Let's see how this one pans. There's a good chance the round 10 will be the deciding factor in this one.
I thought we are in southern Spain, but I'm not the best region guesser in Spain. Generally said, this shouldn't be north, where it gets more lush and green, not that many palm trees as we have in this location. This looks a bit more tropical, so I would say somewhere along the east coast does make sense, maybe to the south.
Debre's logging in Seville, but you have Blinky all the way up towards Barcelona. There's a good distance in between the two, and with the multiplier stacking like this, if this is a 5K for either side, it could be dangerous. It will be Blinky out victorious, and it will be Blinky taking game number 2. We're going back to moving this one as close as can possibly be. I think we will be. The game has already started, so let's go here. Reset round number 4. He's processing information while looking for new information, not sitting, looking at stuff while thinking. That's all happening as we go. And again, it goes to show the years and thousands of hours of experience that he and they both have, as they both make their way into the exact same intersection. And what a round! 5K for Blinky, 5K -1 for Debre, 10K -1 in the grand finals. Whew. What better way to come off of a take pause like that and then go both showing, look at their scores. We're in round 5 and neither of them has taken over 30 damage yet.
That's actually
This is absurd. This is completely and utterly absurd.
This is what you would imagine from the EMEA final match.
We talk about masterclass GeoGuessr. I mean, it does not get any more impressive than this. Let's see now. Tasmania is where Blinky is headed. Debre, this is going to be the first big damage deal unless if the indicator is right in between them. This could be huge. It will be huge. Blinky gets the almost 5K once again, and that is going to be game. Blinky sets himself up 2-1. If Debre wants to make this happen, he has to take the next 2. He won the previous no move, so the odds are in that regard in his favor, but he needs to make it happen.
Round number 5. We actually have a mile marker. Those usually give you the distance to the capital. We are in the Philippines.
Debre, further up towards the north, towards Manila proper. See who's going to get it. There's some distance in between them, and it's going to be closer towards Debre, right in between, or somewhat in between, but look at the damage coming through towards Blinky. We're 5 rounds in, and he's now sat just below 2,400. Let's see now. He's playing from behind, down by over 2,000, almost 3,000 health. But of course, with these multipliers, anything can still happen. Debre, first to zoom in on the map, might go with a quick guess here once again, and indeed he will. All the way down towards the Guatemala border. Oh, he's in Colombia.
And we have talked about these toss-ups. Mexico, Colombia.
We've seen it already today be the deciding factor of a match. If Blinky commits here, this should be game, and it will be Debre. Takes Debre. Will beat Blinky, and we are going to FMPC.
What a guess.
Wait a minute. Something has happened on stage. Something has happened on stage.
What was the break for?
We have had a wardrobe change on the stage. The NMPC hat has been put on for Debre. He needs the magic in order to claim this one. Is the hat going to be the difference maker in whether or not he's going to win the game? I'm not sure. Be the final game of the major, so make some noise. Blinky versus Debre. 1 game left to go. This is NMPC. Let's take it straight in to round number 2. Farmland, an open dirt road, not a single proper tree inside Debre's annoyed.
I mean, as a pro player, you want to use buildings.
Japan, Canada!
What?
If there is a 50-50, then that's it. Japan or Canada. There is nothing. You have a trailer in the distance. You have mountains in the far distance. We have 7 seconds left to work with.
Just in round 2 and already
this
have
is all vibes.
Pick.
It is Mongolia versus Canada. It's Canada, and that could be game of the day.
Will definitely be game.
Debre is your EMEA Major Champion.
What an insane guess to finish off this game. Coming back from behind.
Everyone, make some noise for your EMEA champion, Debre!
Debre, how are you feeling? What's going through your mind right now, champ?
Frankly, I can't believe it. I mean, when I lost both of the moving games, I mean, I kind of just thought, yeah, this is it. You know, I'm gonna lose 3-1. At least it was a good match. I mean, you know, what can you do? But, you know, there was something in me that, like, you know, it would be cool to come back on, you know, all 3 of the non-moving modes.
anything that you'd like to say to the fans at home and, of course, the fans that we still have in the arena.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for believing in me, even when I was not putting up the best results in some of my previous tournaments. And I hope to bring more of this to you all.
There we go, everybody. Once again, give it up for Debre, our EMEA Majors champion.